everyone, GiftedSoul here, back for another video. In this video, I am doing a pick a card reading in regards to what you need to hear at this time from Spirit. Just some universal messages to help you manifest, but more so like what is it that you need to hear. So there may be some tough love in here. There is a deck I wanted to use, but I'm not sure where my cards are getting off to. They're like literally disappearing. So yeah, that's something to get into at another time. But anyway, so any of the independent decks here that I am using, they're going to be listed in the description box below, as well as my contact information. If you'd like to book a reading or anything with me, it's all going to be there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Please keep in mind that this is for entertainment purposes only, and it's not at all a substitute for any legal, financial, medical, or any other type of advice given to you by a qualified professional. Free will is a way of life, and we're all in control of our own destinies. In the end, this is recorded April 18th, 2023, daytime, as you can probably tell by the lighting. And I mentioned that just because sometimes I've gotten to where I don't upload the video as soon as it's done recording. Nowadays, I'm waiting a couple of days or so, sometimes even longer before I post it. So if I can remember, I will always let you know what day this is being recorded on. But let's go ahead and get started. Pile 1. So here we have the Dream and Discernment deck by the Abyss Tarot. Again, everybody will be tagged in the description box below. And I think I kind of want to get into that later. This is my deck, Divine Treasures Oracle. I'm going to put actually all of that over there. What inspires you? And it's funny that this comes out with the question rather than just like the one keyword that most of these cards in my deck have. Because with this Dream Discernment deck, it is like basically just a lot of questions to ask yourself, or like regarding maybe dreams and symbols that you could be seeing in your dreams. But that's crazy, because this is the only card I think that I have like with the question, like what inspires you. So, okay. So what you need to hear, pile number 1. That's the only thing I don't like about doing this in the daytime, because you cannot really see. I do have a ring light, but I don't know if it's going to make a difference in this video. But so I'm just going to leave it off. But what inspires you? So you're needing to kind of like find some inspiration. Something that truly inspires you, because I feel like you're only doing what you feel like you need to do to get ahead. You're not really doing what it is that actually makes you feel like joyous or happiness or something that's fulfilling to you. I feel like you're just doing what you're doing to pay the bills. You're not really, something about what you do is not inspiring. Yeah. Oh, wow. Aspire and inspire. They are different, but they're pretty much, they go hand in hand. So what are your aspirations? Your aspirations are what you inspire to be, what you really want to do out of life. These are the questions that you are needing to ask yourself. And actually, since this wants to come up like this, and I do not see these cards before they are flipped over in the reading. This is just my gift. This is just how Spirit connects with me, and I'm going to be in sync most of the time. But I want to go ahead and get into this just because this is a question here, and then it's kind of being brought to the surface in a different way with this card. Like, it's almost the same thing. It's just, you know, it's still giving you two different perspectives, but it's still damn near the same thing. Like, I feel like maybe you're searching in the wrong places right now for passion. Like, I feel like you're trying to force yourself to like something that you just do not like and cannot get along with. This could even be about a person. What is this? Anyways, yeah, so are you trying to figure the path in life that would, wow. Okay, so there's this map, the roadmap to success. Like I said before, and I don't know if the rest of these have numbers. I am just now, I think just now noticing that this has numbers. I don't know if it's the rest of the cards or if it's just this one, but wow, because we're talking about what you aspire to be, what will make you happy. You're on a path right now that is not fulfilling you. Um, so you need to change the course of direction that you're going in. So this is your question. Even though what inspires you, what road are you going down? Like the road that you're going down now, is it really actually something that you feel satisfied with? Or are you just doing this because this is what you can do, is what you can afford, is what you feel like you could only give your time and energy to because nothing else is out there? You're limiting yourself. Wow. All right. Take risk. Take risk. So yes, I will always say not to leave a job, even if it makes you miserable. If it's what you have, yes, you have to sometimes put up with things you don't want to, become stable. However, that doesn't mean you can't try to line something up while you're doing whatever this is. Because yes, I understand doing what you have to do to pay the bills or whatever the case may be, but I feel like this is also about you taking a risk not to look for anything else. So like you're risking your own happiness and like a successful path because you feel like the thing that you're doing now is what you have to do. So Spirit is wanting you to take a risk, not leave your current place of employment or leave whatever the situation is, but to take a new approach, get out of your comfort zone so that you can begin to manifest a new beginning in your life and do the things that you actually want to do and see yourself doing. All right. Angel number 555. This challenging phase in your life is about to pass. And this also has a number 8 on it as well. Notice that this card here has the number 88. Again, I don't want to flip over the other cards to figure out if there's numbers. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do. Okay, yeah, there looks to be numbers on all of them. I don't know if I noticed that. I did an unboxing of it, but I have not posted it yet. I don't know if I mentioned that in the video or not, the numbers, but in some type of way, even though you know what you're doing is not exactly what you want to be doing, or the thing is, some of you could be doing what you want to do, but you're not actually doing it the way that you want to do it. You could be like trying to go completely by a book or by some type of rule when I feel like you're playing it too safe type of thing. Of course, use your own discernment here, but it is saying for you to, roll the dice a little bit. But 555 is representing a big change, or just a number 5 in general. And most of the times, these changes within this number, they are pretty positive and significant. But yeah, some of you are in a phase of your life right now. I don't care how old you are. We all have been there and we'll get there. It doesn't matter if you're 55. Not everybody's going to know what they want to do or how to even start. Because I've had people come to me before and be like, well, I'm this amount years old and I don't have it's normal. Like, let's normalize like being certain ages and not being where we feel like we should be. It's okay. Okay. So, and I feel like that's a message there as well. Because I know a lot of people that watch me are significantly older than I am. Like, you wouldn't even believe, like, I have clients that are old enough to be my parents. Like, it's crazy. But I love what I do, so I don't mind. It doesn't faze me. As long as you're 18 or older, okay. But anyways, but I feel like you have to visualize this, that a change is coming, that this phase is about to pass in order for it to pass. A part of, I don't want to say failures, but a part of the reason why a lot of things don't work out for you is because you're not visualizing. You're feeling like you have to have some big amount of money, some big amount of something in order to get to where you want to be. And that's not the case here. You are the magician. So use what you have in front of you. Like, for example, to do this type of content, you do not have to have the best equipment in the world. You don't. Like, for example, you don't need a camera. All you need is a phone that has, a freaking camera. Of course, you want to try to get something, a little bit of quality, but for the most part, start with what you can start with. Use the resources and tools available to you. But I feel like your mindset needs to change. That's the main thing that's holding you back right now. Is you feeling like I have to have all of this or all of that to get somewhere here, and that's not the case. For example, when I started doing this type of content, I had a freaking raggedy phone. I had really hardly no recording space, which is very important. But at the time, again, you start with what you have. Eventually, I bought a memory card, and that helped me out. But then the phone got to where even it wasn't, really accepting the memory card. So the storage was becoming less and less. But eventually, I figured all of that out along the way. My videos are still not perfect, but they are 100 times better than they were when I first started. Like, you can ask some of my friends here in the community, like they are proud of how far I have come with the way that my setup is. And I did have to do a little bit of investing, but I didn't have to spend that much money to, like, this tablecloth, this little tapestry, whatever you want to call it, didn't cost that much. The cards are also an investment as well, because I really don't use the cards for myself. So you see where I'm going with this? Like, little investments. You don't have to freaking ball out to be successful or to become a baller. Basically, you don't have to do that. But yeah, I'm done. Okay, I paused that for a second. There's a jump cut there because I paused it. What does this say? I am inspired. You're inspired, but you're not taking action. Take inspired action. And taking inspired, I'm going to freak if, like, I used also the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards. I'm going to lose my mind if that one particular card comes out from this deck, because it's just like, you can't get any more clear messages than this. I am inspired. You are, but you're not taking action accordingly. Again, you're going by what you feel like you have to do. You got the ideas. It takes a little or nothing to get started in anything. You just have to not, like, have this mindset of, oh, I have to have the best in order to be the best. No, you don't. You really don't. All it takes is inspiration, which you already have. You're just not using it the way that you want to use it. Priorities. I never lose sight of what's important. And this is my Love You Affirmations deck as well. So some have photos and some are just plain. But yeah, but there's a nice balance. But anyways, and that's Abyss Tarot, Cali Love Vibes, and the Dream Discernment. And this is Nature's Healing and Meditation Oracle, I think is what she calls it, by Mystic Star Magic. And this What Inspires You is my Divine Treasures Oracle. But yeah, anyways, I felt off not this, saying that. But I never lose sight of what's important. Is it important for you to conform to something that you really don't want to do? Or is it important for you to conform to Something that is actually making you feel liberated. I don't know if you're under like a contract or something here. You definitely could be under some sort of contract or something that's binding, or feeling like you have to stay in something. Which this could also be keeping you from moving forward in whatever it is you actually aspire to do. But for some of you, this is just generally saying to prioritize. And if you're already doing that, continue to do so. Make a list of what's important to least important. I feel like there's something here that you're overly prioritizing, and it keeps you from doing like what you want to do in your own aspirations and reaching your own goals. Like, for example, what could be important to you now is like, I don't know, maybe, like I said before, with the whole content creating and like having certain equipment and stuff like that, that's one of the things on your list to where it's not something that's necessarily feasible. Like, you have heard that you need this and need that to do this and that, and that's not the case. So you're prioritizing those things that you've heard on YouTube or somewhere on Google or from somebody that, you know, quote unquote may have the best, when that's not what you have to really conform to. Conform, whatever. Anyways, protection from negativity. And you're doing it because you're afraid that you're going to be rejected, that you're going to get backlash if you don't do it the way other people are doing it, or the way somebody else is saying you have to do it. Opportunity. Your angels are preparing you for a life filled with abundance, wealth, future endeavors, and exciting new experiences. So the new beginning is coming. It is coming. But again, you got to take some risks to get there. Within reason, of course. You can take a risk without doing something completely stupid. Like, I'm not, trying to say that in a rude way, but people, when you say take a risk, people automatically think, oh, I can't swim, so let me purposely get onto the deep end of a pool so I can potentially drown. That is not what I mean when I say take risk. Okay, so don't be saying, oh my God, Gifted Soul told me to, go dive into a very deep end of a pool, and I did it and I almost died. Like, don't do that now. There's a boundary that needs to be set within yourself. So let's not get crazy now. But because a lot of people take these readings and they run with everything, and they're only thinking surface level. Oh, she said that. Okay, bet. Let me go do that. So I just want to talk about that. Oh, and we got more 8s. So 8 is significant and very important. August could be important to people that are watching this, whether that's like your birthday or something significant may be happening in August for you. This is, I would say, a timeless reading. However, it is being recorded in 2023. But yeah. Opportunity, I feel like, has already knocked at your door. And you've kind of ignored the knock because, again, there's something you feel like you needed that you didn't have. And you're like, well, let me get this together before I answer the door. By the time you get to the door, the opportunity is gone. You are definitely missing out on great opportunities doing that. Figure out, like, yes, eventually you would maybe want, and that's the dryer, by the way, if you heard that. But think about you do want, to have like quality things, if say that this is when I'm talking about content creating, this is only an example. So that doesn't have to be what it is that you're doing here. That's just an example that I'm using. But say that is, yes, eventually you do want to, get you a little ring light or invest in a better phone or something. But the thing is, you have to start with what you have to get somewhere a lot of the time, because we've all started somewhere. There was a point in time where GiftedSoul didn't have any cards at all. But what did I do? I didn't have to have cards. I was, I'm a psychic reader. I read energy. So cards was not something I relied on, especially in the very beginning of my practice. Okay, dryer. You've already went off one time. All right. But because I am not, and this is why I don't really care to be called a tarot reader, because that's not really what I am. Yes, I do read cards, but I don't have to. But I do it anyways. It's just a part of the content that I make. But it's not like, oh, I have to pull a card to answer a question for you. I don't have to. But do I do it? More than likely I will do it. I just don't have to. And because I use them on YouTube all the time, people are, they're assuming, oh, so she has to have those to read me. Nope, I don't. My point in explaining this is what if I did have to have cards, what was I using before I got cards? Nothing. I was using complete. Well, you can be intuitive with cards as well. Like me even reading these, I'm psychic. I'm not just going by meanings, or generic meanings. But I used just completely my intuition. I had no tools. I was using completely clairvoyance, clairaudience, all of that. Mediumship, all of that. No cards for I don't know how long before I actually bought my first deck. But that's because one of the reasons why was because I did not have a deck of cards. I could not afford a deck of cards, and I damn sure wasn't about to beg somebody to buy me any. So I started my business, and doing it this long, never would I have ever thought that I would still be here doing readings today. This is something I have never completely given up on, and I probably won't, because it's doing myself a disservice, and I feel like my voice needs to be heard. People need my messages. So, but my point is that I started off with no cards, and now I have 100 or so decks. I invested, but not by putting money in, but by starting a business, even though I did not have the tools. Now, again, I didn't really need the tools, but I wanted to use them. Me using these are because I want to, not because I have to. So you see what I'm saying is what I was saying to you guys is that you're doing or trying to do what you feel like other people will be satisfied with, or what you feel like society would want you to have. You're not doing it the way you want to do it. You're doing it the way you feel like is best because other people made you feel like it was the best way and in the only way. And you're missing opportunities by doing that. But once you kind of open up your mind and just be open to all of the possibilities that you can gain from just starting with nothing, more opportunities will come. If this thing goes off one more time, I'm probably going to have to turn it off in a minute. But yeah, I said all of that to say you're missing out. You're keeping yourself stuck. If you don't go get a $45 phone from Walmart and record a video, say that is what it is that you're trying to do. Come on now. At this point, I'm preaching. I'm not trying to. But somebody's telling you, I don't know why Oreos are a big metaphor in like a lot of readings I do, but like you, especially when this type of example has to come up, like when it comes to like having the best stuff, you know, Oreo being a big brand, and then you have like the super value or whatever the name of the knockoff brand is. People are telling you to choose the Oreo because it's a bigger brand. Okay, so I had to pause because like the dryer kept going off, and then the phone wanted to ring. It was my sister, but I told her I would call her back when I got done with this. And I'm only still on pile number 1. So she'll be waiting for a little bit. But yeah, so like I was saying, you feel like I have to get the Oreos. I can't get the cookies and cream, because 9 times out of 10, a lot of the times they're very similar to the name brand, if not exactly alike. So if you, girl, get the $2 pack of cookies, because I don't know why I'm just saying girl, guy, whoever is watching this. I'm sorry. I didn't want to be, I didn't mean to be offensive, but I am used to saying girl because I feel like most people watching me are female. But yeah. I mean, yeah, there can be differences in certain things, but 9 times out of 10 they're almost the same thing, if not exact. Like I have noticed that with a lot of things, especially when it comes to food. Now we can beg to differ on like knockoff Kraft macaroni and cheese, because those got some major differences, and that's a problem. But for the most part, usually the knockoff name brand, they come hand in hand. They're gonna give you what you're looking for, at least, regardless of which one you get, is my point. And sometimes you just have to start off small with the smaller name. That's my point, meaning, again, camera versus a phone. Because I always, at one point, I thought I needed to get a camera. But guess what? Years later, I'm still using a phone, a different phone, but a phone. Here we go. Acceptance. I feel like this is more so about loyalty. And I think it's because I feel like staring at this dog in this picture. But I feel like this is about you needing to like accept where you are in life right now and do something with it. I feel like this is all just going back completely back over what I've already said. Accept that you don't have, the bigger things. You don't need them. Stop trying to change it. I feel like right now you could even be saving money for something. And I'm not saying you will never get it, and I'm not telling you not to save money. That's for damn sure. But there is maybe a sense of you over analyzing, and a sense of you like being in panic mode, trying to change this situation or whatever it is around, when you need to accept what you have, use what you have that's already in front of you, and work your way up. But I feel like you could be putting too much energy into trying to control a situation or a person or something within your own life. This is just another card to say it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. There were times where I would go in the store and people don't know how to give people space, especially like us energy readers and people that can, vibrate on the frequency that I do. I get very overwhelmed nowadays, especially going into a grocery store, the dollar store, wherever I'm going. I feel intense, overwhelming energy a lot of the time. Like, And there are times where I was afraid to pick up that, you know, I'm using Oreos as an example again because I eat Oreos, but it's not been something that I wait for somebody else to buy it and eat out of their bag. But like, I do like them, but I don't crave Oreos enough to buy them myself. So, um, which is weird how I use it as an example a lot of the time. But yeah, there were some times where I would be, if somebody's close behind me in the store, I would pick up the Oreos. And then when they left, I went right back and got um that $2 bag of Clover Valley cookies or whatever the smaller name brands are. And they would either be just as good or taste damn near the same. Now, sometimes they are a little different, but they still, again, give you what you're looking for. It's enough until you can work your way up to get those Oreos, right? There are times where I've done that. And I'm telling you now, you don't have to do that. If I were you, I don't want you to make fun of people now, but if I were you, I would be like, I would just be laughing if like you saw somebody getting a pack of Oreos, like, ha ha, like literally, why don't you save your money? And like, anyways. But yeah, that seems to be the biggest message here. Lovers. Okay, so some of you could also be like manifesting like connections, like soul tribe connections, or like, or just even commitment. You're manifesting that if you don't already have that. But I feel like this is to something that's not your usual, or someone that's not your usual type and expectations, which is causing for you to have to make a choice in your love life. Do you want to try something different, or do you want to keep going with the same thing and keep getting the same results? I feel like this goes with everything I've said before as well, but it is also falling into a different category. For some of you, this whole thing is about love. However, I disguised it in Oreo cookie talk. You're manifesting partnerships. And I did say something about being under contract. Now, the lovers can indicate that because the lovers talks about ascending to a higher level of commitment. It could even represent like getting married and stuff like that. As you can see, there's commitment. On the bottom of this card is a keyword attached. And it is, a harmonious card, love, and, healing of love. But in a reading where it's not just love based, it can definitely just talk about you getting tied down to something. And I already talked about some of you could have been under some type of contract, which is maybe why you're doing things the way you're doing them, even though it's not making you happy. For some of you, that could be why you're doing it. Five of Swords. So there could be like some mental confusion when it comes to your love life, or just something in general where you're confused, where it's causing obstacles and some type of conflict. Yeah. And then I'm noticing the color blue here. They're both blue. They're different colors of blue, but with the Lovers card and the Five of Swords. So I do feel like you need to kind of speak up for yourself more and communicate clearly and more effectively. And stop telling people yes. Like, I know it sounded like I had an attitude just then, but like, that spirit, that ain't even me talking. So, and stop signing these papers and these contracts. Like, if you don't know what it's saying, don't be afraid to ask somebody to break things down for you. I feel like that should be on your priority list as well, because of you not doing this, or you saying yes to something that you really are not even sure what you're getting into, you're walking away with a lot of conflict and obstacles. Now, I was only going to be pulling 2 cards from this tarot deck for each pile, but pile number 1 ended up getting 3. And we got blue again, the Fool. Let's be real. This card was inspired by the Fool card. And this is from Spiritual Infusion 1111. Her other name is on here, but her main name is Spiritual Infusion 1111. And this is the Neon Awakening Tarot. But anyway, so we got the Fool. And it is talking about a risk taker. New start, entrepreneur, risk taker, leap of faith, eccentric, free thinker. We've already talked about this energy. You can be a fool without being completely stupid. Okay? It's just coming out like that. I'm sorry. Like what I said earlier. Knowing you can't swim and you're in a deep ass, or the deep end of a pool. Like a very deep end. Knowing that you couldn't get out if you tried. You would need some type of assistance. Again, it could also be something that you feel is risky to ask other people for help. You want to feel like you know what you're doing, so you don't want okay, I'm not going to say anything. But I feel like that's holding you back a lot as well. And this could be the Fool energy coming out where you're being naive. Because, I don't want them to know that I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just going to, go ahead and sign this paper. Or, as an example, by the way, go ahead and sign this paper, not even knowing what the hell it's about. And deal with whatever comes with it later. But that is that's not, a good thing to do. So if you're lost on something, please let somebody explain it to you if they can. Or find, even if you have a family member that knows what they're talking about, go to them and ask. They can break it down for you. Because these professional places, they'll lie to you and tell you it means one thing when it doesn't. Don't give up on love. Now, the rest of it says, a relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. And by allow me, it is saying allow Archangel Michael, as this is the Archangel Michael Source of Light Oracle by Radley Valentine. We have the number 9 here, which is your wish fulfillment. I'm just saying to be more yourself in love. Stop feeling like you have to get out of character or do things that you're not comfortable with to make a love relationship work, or to even attract a love relationship, romantic relationship, or even just love in general, where you're wanting friends and family members to, to have a more stable connection with them, or maybe to meet new people. But yeah, a lot of this that I'm talking about can be implied for your love life here. For example, you could be looking for somebody with $1 million. Well, not literally, but start off small. Because you never know, just because somebody has a lot of money one day, that don't mean they're going to have that money today, or 10 months from now, 2 months from now. It could all be taken away. It could all be blown. It could all be, somebody can steal that in the blink of an eye. You just never know when the situation might change. So don't be out here trying to find a person. Don't be picky. A lot of the reasons why people are not manifesting the person that they want, the type of love attraction that they want, is because guess what? They're being too damn picky. Meaning, they don't look a certain way, so nope. They don't have the best car, so nope. Financially, I can understand having somebody financially stable in a sense, but even then you have to think about okay, what happens when they don't have that? Am I just going to leave them? And I've said in a video before that I don't like that frame of thinking where somebody just has to have money to be with you. I never understood that. I get if it's a one-sided situation, but Like, if they're actually trying to work and doing the best that they can, like, why are you not giving them that benefit of the doubt? But yeah. Don't give up on love just because somebody is not your ideal person, or because they don't come with, you know, I don't know why my stomach is growling, because I just had something to eat. I paused for a little bit and had a snack or two. But yeah, it's something here about you being too picky. And that's the overall energy of the reading. So pile number 1, I love you. Okay. We got to have tough love. Okay. But being like because it's like you want one thing over the other because it's more. It has more of something, but that doesn't mean you can't get by with a little bit of something before you get to that more of something. For example, if this could even be about a person that, you know, doesn't have everything. Like if this is about like a person and you looking for love or whatever the case may be, and is something that they're lacking, that doesn't mean they can't get it together. For example, somebody could have $5 one day, and then the next month or two, they might be swimming in money. You never know. So, you can't just be giving up on people or things just because they don't have, like, I get it again if it's some type of situation where there's a lack of balance and it's unfair, meaning like if you're helping somebody out financially or just helping somebody out in general, and then they're not giving you that same energy back in return when they probably could, that's different. But this energy here that I'm getting is where you're not giving things a fair chance based on what they are. You're not accepting, and there are situations where you don't need to just accept. It's going back to the camera thing and the Oreo metaphor. You're choosing one over the other because in some way one has more of something than the other one. So it's just like you're ready to give up. Like I said, that $2 pack of Oreos or that $2 off brand can be just as good as the Oreos, the regular name brand. For example, this being about a person and not a material item. Just because somebody has $15,000 a week or makes $15,000 a week, whatever the case is, that doesn't mean that they could do better for you, maybe financially, but that doesn't mean in general that they are the best person for you. Oh, this person doesn't have the money or they don't have this. Just think that they could be aspiring to have those things. You can't just give up on somebody or something because it's not, it's not there. So yeah, this message can really go for a few different things. Relationships, career. I felt like it was more so career based first, but it's kind of going into the territory of relationships, romantic relationships. So I feel like it's both. So for some of you, it could be both. For some of you, it is a love relationship, or just you trying to attract love in general. You're giving up on love for the wrong reasons, which is causing for this 9 to actually be in reverse. You're not getting what you want because you're giving up too soon on something that doesn't feel like they fit the type of bill that you want. Oh my God. This is going to be a long video. And I say this because I'm 44 minutes in and we are still on pile number 1. Supreme, back to protection. Where is that protection card? Supreme Protection Green Tarot, which is a goddess, by the way. This is what deck is this? What is the name? Oh, it's right there. Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. I was surely about to call it something else. But You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation. Trust. Again, you're limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself by having and limiting faith in other people and smaller resources. You want to go big or go home, but you're thinking somehow the bigger is going to be better, when it's not always the case. Like, all that glitters is not gold. The universe is sending you people a lack of something to teach you a lesson of those things not being important. At the end of the day, you're definitely prioritizing the wrong thing here. Your mindset definitely needs to change. Be proud of yourself, last quarter, moon, and Taurus. So there could be some Taurus energy here. You could be a Taurus, could be in other areas of your chart, or maybe if this is about like a person, it could be that they're Taurus or it is in their chart, or just simply that's just the energy here. It doesn't have to be anybody's sign for the message to resonate. Be proud of yourself. Back to acceptance. So this holds many messages here for you as well. Be proud of yourself for sticking out, sticking with something for a very long time. I feel. Be proud of yourself for being you, for even having goals and aspirations. Even if you're not succeeding in those areas, you still have, for most of you, you have the inspiration. You have it figured out what you want to do, the path that you want to be on. Be proud of yourself for even knowing. That's the main message I get. But this is coming out when it says be proud of yourself. It's talking about acceptance as well, which is accepting things for who and what they are. Because remember, I'm saying that you don't want to just give up on somebody or something just because there is a lack of like money or something privileged like that. Because at the end of the day, money will not make you happy. It will not be your source of happiness. Yeah, it can, make you happy, but temporarily. You need more than money to survive. Okay. Okay. So we got set your sights higher, increase your standards, and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. So now, you are setting your sights higher. That's not the problem here. Even though that card is coming out, you're doing that, but you're setting your standards so high to the point where nobody will ever meet them. Because I'm feeling like very much so picky energy. So when this card comes out, this is not, for some of you, it can resonate where you do need to set your sights higher. But that's your energy there. But you're raising them real high where it's impossible for anybody to even come close to meeting those standards. Be proud of yourself for wanting more for yourself. Yes, don't settle, but also don't get in this overly picky energy where it's like, oh, well, you don't have the shoes that I want you to have, so I can't be with you. You can't sit at the lunch table with me type of thing. I just got through talking to somebody about this. I don't know if Raya's watching this. I keep wanting to use her deck in these videos, but it's over here somewhere. I cannot find it. I know it's in this room. This room is not completely organized, so that's why I cannot find it, but it's over here somewhere. But yeah, shout outs to you, Raya, if you happen to be watching this pile or this video. I will link her deck down below anyways, even though I'm not using it, because I did want to use it in this video. I still can't find it. There's a bag that there's some cards, some decks in that I think that's where it's at. But that bag, for whatever reason, I can't find it anywhere. But anyways. But anyway, she gave me an encouraging type of talk earlier today. April 18th, 2023. I think it's the 18th. Yeah, it's the 18th. I'll have the correct date in the description box below, by the way. Because sometimes if it's a pre-recorded video and it's premiering or something, I will put in the description box if I can remember, hey, this was recorded some time ago and the date that it was recorded on. In my case, I needed to set my standards a bit higher in the situation that we were talking about. So this would be a message for me also. But as is, like this is. However, for you guys, this, to me, with everything I've talked about, for most of you, you don't need to necessarily lower your standards, but it's something about your energy that's not really a lot, it's not accepting. Because it's like a damned if I do, damned if I don't. I feel like maybe you went through a lot of things and this is why they're like completely like all the way up. You're blocking your blessings out, by the way. So set your sights higher, set your standards high. But for some of you here, you need to lower them down a little bit more because you're setting them up high also to protect yourself, which I get that. But there is such a thing as overdoing it. Be fine doing something different. Be fine giving the grocery bag boy a chance. Do something different. You will be surprised what could come out of it. And then your spiritual path, realign with your spirit. Refocus on your spiritual life and actively connect with the divine, honoring your true self. Because I feel like your sights are set higher because you saw what other people can get, what other people manifest. And that's fine. You can manifest the same thing too, but not everybody is going to start off that way. Sometimes you have to build with somebody and help them build. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyways. So, yeah, back to being proud of yourself and your true self. You have a lot to be proud of, I do feel like. But again, it's just some things here that need to be realigned so that you can manifest the things that you do want and need. Sometimes it's not going to start off with the best of circumstances, especially if you're dealing with another person. Because even if they did have it before, don't mean they're always going to have it. So we're going to do when they don't have it anymore, you're just going to dip out. Like, does that... I've had this, I said something similar in a reading I done a while back, but it wasn't this heavy of an energy. And this one is very heavy. Honoring your true self allows you to get back into sync with your highest good. Because these people with all this shiny stuff and this big money and all this other stuff, yeah, they can provide for you, but is that going to stop them from cheating on you? Is that going to stop them from betraying you in some type of way? No, it's not. Because they already got what they want. That's not going to stop them. So why are you so quick to want to have somebody with that? Just because they seem so organized and financially stable, and that is great. Yes, if you can get somebody with that, and they're still a good person, that is great. That's a plus. But my point is, not everything that glitters is gold. There's some of the nicest and sweetest people out there that don't have hardly anything. And you know what? I would rather have a relationship with them than the one with the $15,000 a week. That's just me. That's just me personally. But I just wish there were... And this is not to rag on you, pile number one. This is literally... This is tough love. Okay? And it's not going to resonate with everybody anyways, but if this is all to help you manifest, okay? Any readings I do help you manifest, even if that's not the topic, even if it's not how to manifest something, everything that I say here can be used to help you provide a better lifestyle for yourself, you know? But yeah, this is about you needing to realign with your true spirit. Because you're getting into being a person, or having been a person that is trying to please society and other people around you. Oh, well, Michelle has a boyfriend with like the latest car, so I need to get one. No, I really hope that that's not like. Anyways, yeah, just do some soul searching here. Because not everything is as it's cracked up to be. Prioritize. Don't give up on love or anything for the wrong reasons. Because there's a connection or something that you could be thinking about walking out of, or you already have, and you did it for a reason that really was not, I don't know. It just wasn't really a good reason to just walk out on somebody, I feel. And do remember that not everything is about you. Okay, so that's the tough love. I should have just said tough love as the topic of this reading, because pile number one, I'm sorry. I love you, okay? I do. But we got to work on this. Whoever this is for, because it's for somebody. It may not be for everybody, but it's for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. It's for somebody. But anyway, so that's what I have. Pile number one. Please leave a like, subscribe, share if you feel inclined to. If you like a personalized version of this reading, please reach out to me via GiftedSoul@gmail.com or GiftedSoul777@gmail.com. It's all in the description box anyways, but that is my email address. I do pretty much answer back daily. I'm on there. I check that email every day. I've been checking that email every day for several years now. Usually you'll get a response same day or soon after. But anyway, so decks used will be in the description box below, at least more so of the independent ones. I may link the mass market sometimes, but sometimes I just don't. But yeah, love and light, and I'll see you in the next one. Pile 2. So this is going to be what you need to hear at this time. Pile number 1 was literally a few minutes away from being an hour-long pick card reading, y'all. Pile number 1 was pile number 1. I mean, if you want to know what I'm talking about when I'm check it out, because it was. Just don't take offense to what I'm saying. I say everything to help y'all. So, and it's not for everybody. And I'm not a reader that's always just going to have fluffy bunny stuff to tell you. Like, there are times where I will, because that's what comes up. But, yeah. I love you. Just know that. Okay. So, and I mean that. I really do. That's why I'm here. I'm not just here for myself. But, so we have this dream discernment. I was, in pile number 1, we got to this card a lot quicker than I wanted to. Y'all, you have to like check out pile number 1. That was, I really felt myself being repetitive in there, but the same thing just kept coming out. But it's because it applied to many, that one thing applied to many different things. Okay. You probably know what face I'm making back here. I threw this down because can't make this stuff up. And they were both from decks that I've created, like this deck. There's a take a risk card. I'm not going to give the pile away, but there's a take a risk card that came out, pile number 1, from a deck that I created. And now, what? So this pile number 1 might just be for the whole collective. If I can, I might try to like edit this video and take out pile number 1's reading. Not take it out like out of this reading. I'm going to make a separate video just with pile number 1's message and post it. Because yeah. Take a risk. So pretty much this is about needing to get out of your comfort zone. Of course, taking a leap of faith so that a new beginning can begin to manifest. Inspired by the Fool card. Hope. So I feel like this is representing hope because as you can see, it's kind of dark, but there is a light shining down, letting you know to stay optimistic because you are going to find your way out of a situation soon. There is potential in you finally finding some type of resolution, I feel, for something. This light to me is like a light bulb going off in your head. Okay, let me put... Okay, but yeah, in pile number 1, I ended up getting to this faster. And when I tell you it flipped over at the right time, I think I'll go ahead and flip it over. Santa Claus, huh? Are you struggling to find the joy in your life as you did as a child? So some of you may need to work through some childhood trauma, work on your inner child. You take things a little too seriously here is what I'm seeing. And you don't have hope for this light or for anything brighter to come in because of maybe during like your childhood things, weren't the greatest. And that's how a lot of people get into this spirituality and new readings and stuff. Now, I don't have childhood trauma as in like my parents or anything like that. That was all fine, but I was bullied like in school and stuff like that. So that's my trauma. I don't have like trauma from family members or anything necessarily, which I'm grateful for. But I know that's how a lot of people end up diving into this side of themselves because of how they were brought up or just things that they went through at a younger age or during certain phases of their life. And I feel like you could even have been playing Santa Claus to people, meaning like maybe you were always a giver. And take risk off for a second. That's your advice you need to start taking. I'm not telling you to steal, no, but I'm telling you to take what's rightfully yours. That's a message for you or for somebody watching. Summer. So summertime is your time, especially 2023. This is where a lot of the hope is going to start to come in at, is the summertime. Summertime could even be like maybe your favorite season or something, but this is a significant time frame for you guys. This is my To the Point Oracle deck, by the way. Yeah. Maybe your birthday could be in the summertime or something. Never confuse what you're offered for what you are worth. Pile number 1 has similar messages to this, but pile number 1 was more like their sights were set entirely too high to where it was possible to meet their standards. To meet somebody with their standards, whether it's friends or a lover. Pile number 1 also had a lot of 8s, and here we have 38 here. You guys are a little bit different because I feel like you're not taking enough. You're being offered breadcrumbs when you are offered a whole lot more. You may have to take a risk to get more. But yeah, there is a lot of hope. But you just have to know your worth and act accordingly. There could be some things offered to you in the summertime moving forward, but it's important not to only just take what somebody gives you. But yeah, it looks like that's where pile 1 and 2 are a little bit different. They got similarities, but in this case here, pile number 1 or pile number 2 is like you're needing to think a little bit bigger. Pile number 1 needs to kind of calm down a little bit and just take, not just takes what's handed to them, but giving things a fair chance. Even though it may seem like something that's not working out that wouldn't work out, doesn't mean it's not going to. They're being surface level. But yeah, there still could be a message for you guys in that pile. Because I feel like there is. Because there's a reason why this is being brought up here. And kind of the opposite. There are piles that are attracting each other. So I do feel like it's important for some of you to take a look at it. Okay. I don't take constructive criticism personally, and I allow it to inspire me to use my highest level of potential. Yeah, because like I said before, you take things too seriously. Or too personally. I feel like you're willing to improve, but I feel like you overthink when somebody's trying to help you see something in a different perspective. Wow. Like I said, you take things too seriously. But again, a lot of this is to do with inner child healing. You need a vacation for sure. So if you don't take any other advice that I'm giving here, go on a vacation. Or if the next girl's trip or guy's trip or whatever trip you can get on it. Because you definitely need it. And excuse the crumbs, y'all. I've been stopping here and there to eat something, a little snack or something, because this is already a long reading. It wasn't supposed to be, but it is. Balance. Yeah, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Find a balance. No, you're all work and you don't have a whole lot of fun. You're not. I feel like when you even get home from work, or even if you're working from home, you're doing too much work. You're overworking in some type of way to where you're not able to keep a level head emotionally or physically. And I feel like for some of you, where spirituality plays a role here, is that you're not even doing like the spiritual things that you used to do often. Like you've fallen out of that type of routine because you've been overworked in some type of way. Have fun. Even if it's playing Barbie dolls with your kids or something. Do something besides just working. You can overwork just working from home too. I've done it. So don't say, because a lot of people try to downplay self-employment and working on a computer, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot. It's still a lot to deal with. And this is one reason I don't film in the daytime, because it's just too much freaking noise. Lord. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all are, well, I mean, some of y'all have seen that side of me anyways, because I don't pose to be something I'm not, but like, come on now, I'm trying to record. But crossroads. The angels are urging you to make important changes. Consider the options before you. So you could be indecisive about something. It could even be about like the breadcrumb situation. Somebody could have already offered you something, and you're knowing one side of you is like, they're playing me. They're not giving me what I actually deserve. The other side of you is like, maybe I should just take it, because this type of opportunity only comes once in a lifetime. But I don't feel like it's something that's providing a balance for you. So definitely rethink it. Maybe negotiate with whoever and whatever you're getting this offer from. But yeah. I never know how to say this word. Reciprocation is what I'm going to say, because I can never say I think too hard when I see this word. Just reciprocation, because I can say it that way. But this, for some reason, is hard for me. But same thing. Like I said, you're not taking enough. There's not an equal balance here. Whereas pile number one, they were kind of prioritizing the wrong things, and like not worried about there being a balance, but just worried about what they wanted for them. So yeah, differences but similarities to that pile. That's why I keep referring to it. So this goes back to, like I said earlier, when I looked at the take a risk card, I said, let's take the risk off of it for a minute and take. Again, not stealing, but taking what's rightfully yours. And also allowing people to help you, allowing yourself to receive. And yeah. All while being humble. We got first quarter moon in Leo. You don't have to be a Leo. This could be about a Leo that you're needing to set boundaries with and being assertive with. Could be in other areas of their chart or yours. Doesn't have to be for the message to resonate. That's anytime I bring up zodiac signs in the readings. Your situation can definitely be a whole lot worse than what it is. But honestly, the main thing here is that you need to take time out for yourself and like appreciate the things that you do have and how far you have come. Like doing something for yourself, even if you're taking yourself out on a date. Again, I feel like you guys need a vacation or something. Like, and by the way, if you've heard that go off, it is the dryer. It's really actually getting on my nerves, but yeah. But yeah. This is also talking about releasing stubborn and possessive energies also when it comes to being humble. King of Cups. And I'm going to go ahead and actually 2 wands. Okay. Anyways, so this to me, back to emotionally. This is talking about being emotionally intelligent. This is a mature energy. Somebody that's of status. A diplomatic type of energy. A leader, if you will. The kings are usually very reliable. They all are. Whatever suit they are in, they're reliable in some type of sense. And this is somebody that is intellectually or emotionally, but they're emotional, but in an intellectual way. The kings are kind of like teachers, in my opinion. I feel like this is a humble energy coming into your life. They could be a female. Also doesn't have to be a male just because it's a king. It could just be that they're in tune more with their masculinity more than their femininity. So keep that in mind when any of these type of cards come out, like king and queen. That doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, it's a man just because it's a king, and oh, it's a woman just because it's a queen. I do feel like you're manifesting a partnership with a reliable, emotionally in tune. And what I mean by that is that they understand emotions. This is a person that's going to help you progress. This could be somebody already in your energy and you're not recognizing them as this person in your life, but this person is going to help you to know your worth, or maybe they're trying to. Now, validation is not going to help you from another person, no, but I feel like they're going to get you started into kind of accepting the right opportunities and doing things to the, where you could actually get something out of it and not constantly be taken for granted or taken advantage of. Take control of your thoughts. So this could be talking about the emotional things we were talking about a second ago. So your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome that you truly desire. So you probably heard this a million times, but it is true. When you constantly are thinking something negative, eventually that is what you manifest. So you have to be careful with the way that you think, with even the words that you use when you're describing your situations. I just see progress. I do see progress. So I feel like you need to step out of the negative thinking because things are going to change. But I feel like this hope that is shining down on this progression is going to be coming in many different forms. It's not just going to be just like what you want being plopped up into your hands. It's going to maybe be, like I said earlier, an idea coming in, or a solution, or like a divine solution, where it could even come through chaos also, because through chaos comes divine order. Like you start getting all types of different ideas and things that you would have never gotten had you not gone through a tough situation, had you not gone through a little bit of rocky energy. Like I said, teacher. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. So Mary Magdalene, teacher awakens. So you could be the teacher also here, teaching somebody else their worth or whatever the case may be. I don't know why I'm like feeling like you guys you have the potential to be a motivational speaker also. Or like a hype person maybe. I don't know, but like, because I feel like this teacher, the teacher that we were talking about before, that's going to teach you how to become more devoted and more humble and stuff like that. This teacher is now going to teach you to become the teacher. The teacher, or the student becomes the teacher type thing. So the teacher in you is going to awaken full force. Let's see. Yes, your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. So your intuition is correct. You're needing to follow your intuition when it comes to people in your life, situations, especially when it comes to family members, I'm hearing for some reason. And just also use your intuition when it comes to people that could be playing mind games with you and people that are not reciprocating. I don't understand how I can say reciprocation, reciprocating, I just cannot say this. I don't know why. Again, I think too hard, but yeah. And if you had like a question before this came out, it could be a yes. Let's try this again. So pile number 1 also had a message of not giving up on something. So maybe check that out. Don't give up. Sometimes we need a do-over. Give yourself or someone else another chance. Ideas may need to be revisited. So this is you needing to give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Whereas pile number 1 was them needing to give others the benefit of the doubt. Kind of the same message, but reversed. There's something here that is worth a second chance. It could be a relationship, but it could also be like a work situation or something. But yeah, it's overall telling you not to give up, move forward in life, making sure that you use, trust, and follow your intuition. Become devoted into doing that. And especially when it comes to you making decisions. That horn, I guess, meant something. I don't know who and what and why. Thank you guys for interrupting my video, whoever that was. But yeah, so that is what pile number 2 entails. Thank you guys for watching. I wish you love and light and hope to connect with you again soon. Make sure you check out the description box below if you're wanting to know the decks that were used in this video, as well as my contact information, how to purchase my decks and the other creators' decks as well. And yeah, it's all going to be there. So love and light. And I'll see you in the next one. Pile 3. So this is what you need to hear at this time. Let's see here. Visualize. So I talked about that in one of the piles, of course. So this is you needing to set your intentions. Affirm what it is that you want and watch it come to you pretty naturally. You're needing to go with the flow, like this little waterfall here. The river is not being forced, but it is being thought about. The intention is being set for it to keep flowing. So this is why, you're getting what you want, because you have your mind set on it and you're thinking positively about it. You are contributing towards it, but you're not completely forcing it. You're waiting for it to come when it needs to come. Reflect. How can you visualize differently is what I'm hearing that you need to reflect on. Because maybe you've done so in a way before, possibly where your intentions weren't set as clear as they could have been. And I feel like your judgment could have been clouded, meaning you visualized and wanted something that wasn't actually good for you, and that's why it didn't manifest. So Spirit is wanting you to do some soul reflection and some soul searching and just think about what it is that you want. But when it comes to what you want, is it something that's also good for you also? Because sometimes what we want isn't really what we need, and just keep that in mind. Okay, so we got no here. So some of you, what you're trying to manifest isn't something that's for your highest good. And I feel like you've gotten clear-cut signs that say no, but this is what you want and this is what you're trying to set your sights on, but it's not happening because the universe, God, whoever you believe in, they're saying no. No. You're either not going about something the right way, about receiving something the right way, or simply it's just something that is not for you. And you're trying to force it to happen. Now, if you happen to have had a question before this came up, that could be the answer to that question. Angels are healing you now. Okay, I'm just going to say this now that 8 was in every pile. We got 8 with 17, 7 plus 1. Yeah, I feel like the angels are helping to change your perspective, helping you to visualize the things that are actually going to bring light into your life. That glare is annoying. This is why one reason why I don't film in the daytime. I don't know if the ring light would have helped anyways. But good vibes on. My relationships are healthy and prosperous. So this could be, for most of you, about relationships or connections to other people in general, where you're trying to manifest like a better group of friends or like a better love situation. But I feel like you're going about it the wrong way. And you're also not affirming this. You could just be trying to accept whatever comes your way. Okay. A place of just trying to like make sure that this is something that's good for you. And then when you're finding out it's not good for you, you're still trying to keep that thing or that person or situation in your energy. And that's why you're being held back. I balance both the divine masculine and divine feminine as they are both a part of my existence. So this is the yin and yang card, and this is from my Love You affirmations. This one is as well. So you're needing to work on balancing your femininity along with masculinity. I feel like you're going to be forced into doing that. When I say forced, I don't mean like in a bad way, but I mean like your angels and ancestors, they are going to help you, not just help you balance that, but kind of put you in a space where you would have no choice but to balance those energies. And you balancing those energies will in turn help you to manifest better friendships and relationships with men and women moving forward, and finding those like-minded people rather than finding people, them not being like-minded and trying to change them into being like-minded, which is, I feel like, what you would have done before, whether you realized it or not. Reconsider. Where is this decision leading? So we got 6666 again with this number. It's not always negative. It actually really isn't negative. There really isn't such a thing as a negative number. This number actually is representative of love, healing, harmony, and balance. This is about, I feel like, you needing to reconsider your options, especially when it comes to people that you're talking to and meeting and getting to know. But also the decisions you're having to make about anything. Is it going to lead you towards a more balanced life? Is it going to lead you towards more, what's the word? More balanced, more harmonious situations. But you have reflect and reconsider, and they go hand in hand. Authenticity. So your angels are motivating you to embrace your truth. If improvements are necessary, be the change you want to see in yourself. Yeah, because the things you're looking for in other people, these are things that you need to Not defining within other people, but developing in your own energy, your own self. Because again, you're just walking into certain friendships and relationships like with somebody the complete opposite as you, because it's like you feel like that's what you have to accept. Or really it's just that that's what you want to do, but I feel like that's not what you should do. And it could be because you're thinking that this is going to get you well known more or something like that, because you have the fame card there. Maybe you are friends with people that are well known or something like that, but I feel like you need to reconsider those connections. Even if you don't have the motive of trying to be more well known by being involved with certain people, there's something about it that kind of seems a bit toxic to me, regardless of whether that's what you're doing or not. So just be aware of that and really think about those connections. Ace of Swords and Temperance. So yeah, you're needing to pull your energy back and connect with self right now. And if you want fame, it's okay to want fame, but I feel like you have to be sure that that's what you want and that you're not hanging around certain people hoping that that's where you're going to get to. And that could be just a reminder. That's not necessarily even saying, hey, that's what you're doing. That could be reminding you not to get caught up in that. Because like I said in another pile, not all that glitters is gold. That's why I've created a tarot deck called All That Glitters Tarot. But here we go with balance and healing. So doing things in moderation. I don't know, I feel like you can make you make new friends pretty easily for some of you, where it's like you can make 3 friends today. By the end of the week, you've got 10 new friends, or you've connected with 10 new people type of energy. Spirit says to pull back that energy, because some of these people are not like in a space where they can provide a healthy friendship or a healthy, when I say healthy friendship, I mean where it's equal. But yeah, I almost feel like you're meeting too many people, or maybe you have a need to meet too many people. I feel like the number 5 is significant also. With the Ace of Swords, though. All right, so I've taken a few hours or so away from this reading. Anyways, so I think I left off, it's been hours, so I don't know. I believe I left off with Ace of Swords. Which could be talking about some truths being revealed, or you having, being able to give yourself clarity about something. You could be seeking clarity from other people, but if you're paying attention to signs and symbols that have been coming your way, even in your dreams, or even just intuitively speaking from, spirit and just like a higher source, divine energy, you have that clarity already. You just have to trust it, allow it to enlighten you. You could be wanting to also know how to communicate or respond to your angels and ancestors and spiritual beings as well, which I feel like that is something that you're going to start doing without even trying, if that makes sense. We got new moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. Yeah, because like it says, good vibes only. Focus on the positive so that you can attract these good vibes. So you can attract positive energy. This is telling you not to dwell on the negatives of a situation, because in doing so, you're allowing yourself to become unbalanced. And you're not clearing a path for stability to come in. You're becoming ungrounded when you are just completely focused on a negative outcome. You don't have to be a Sagittarius for this to make sense. Could be another person that you're dealing with, a Sagittarius. It could be in other areas of your chart, or the person you could be dealing with, or just simply doesn't have to mean anything. It could just be there. You will manifest what you need. Yes, you will manifest what you need by making, focusing on that, setting your intentions on what it is that you need without like overly contemplating it, and without focusing on the negative aspect of getting to where you need to be. It says express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. That's visualization. That is you claiming something as yours before it actually is yours. The lighting is better because I don't have my I don't have my ring light on, but it is nighttime, so it is a little bit better. But yeah. But yeah, express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you the assistance you need. Remember, your angels are healing you. Do not be afraid to come to them for anything. You not allowing that realm to help you is another reason why you're being held back and why you're not manifesting. Transcendence. Rise up under your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. So yeah, the universe has been sending you signs. Maybe you guys need to work with this goddess here, or God, I guess. I think is that a man? The name gives off feminine energy, but this kind of gives me a cross between a man and a woman for some reason. So, and now that I'm looking back at this, yin and yang is making sense, because that's both energies. That's feminine and masculine. So yeah, you definitely need to maybe work with this person's energy to kind of help you balance those. But I feel like you're also needing to kind of like take your power back. And I don't know, I'm also hearing allow yourself to manifest, or not to manifest, well, that too. Allow yourself to celebrate. And also, I meant to flip this over earlier, but let's see. Are you realizing you have an emotional dependency on someone because of your past traumas? So that is a question to kind of ask yourself to maybe even begin your healing journey. If you're not on a healing journey, you could be starting to get into one. I feel like this dependency you have is to one of these yin yang energies. You have more dependency on one than the other. And spirit, this is why spirit is asking you to have, and this is could be the way that you were brought up or something, but this is wanting you to get in touch with both sides. You're neglecting one side because of something you went through in the past. Maybe something that you have developed PTSD or something from, whether it's diagnosed or not. I'm not diagnosing you, but, and for those of you that don't know what PTSD is, it is post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot of the times people will, get this disorder from a very traumatic experience. I have PTSD from things that pretty much happened when I got older, but also I dealt with like bullying and stuff that kind of followed me, outside of, high school and stuff like that. Like you think back to that, it's like And then a lot of people that are like in the military and stuff like that, they come home with that PTSD. So like hearing gunshots and stuff like that, it's very a traumatic experience. But anyways, just explaining that. I do have it. I'm not medicated for it, but I do have it. And I have been diagnosed. I think I was diagnosed like 2000 and I don't know. 2000 and I don't know, because I was diagnosed with depression too at one point. Um it wasn't like a severe type. It was, I guess you could say it was acute, but um you know, we go through things in our life and it's not as bad as it is in that moment, I guess you could say, but I can't remember when I don't know, because those were kind of in between. I wasn't diagnosed with both of those around the same time. I am not currently depressed or anything. That was like years ago. But doesn't mean I don't get that way sometimes, because let's face it, we all do. It's just some can, you know, get through it better than others, and some it takes time to get through. I think I kind of have like seasonal depression, whatever, but anyways, I don't know how I even got into that topic, but explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. Yeah. This says transcend, but it's kind of also talking about ascendance as well, like ascending to a higher level of something. And I think I mentioned that in one of the other piles. You have a lot of options before you that you're not considering. You're taking maybe the first thing that comes to you, and Spirit is wanting you to reconsider before making a final decision on those things. Follow your heart. So maybe when you're making decisions, you need to follow your heart and do what it is that you know and feel deep down that you need to do. Quiet the chattering mind and feel the subtle pull of your heart. It offers you the wisdom that you need at this time. So, yeah. I really don't have much to say about that. And that is the end of this reading and video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to book a private reading with me or contact me or anything of the sorts, everything's going to be in the description box below, along with the decks that I have used, at least the independent decks. I don't typically advertise the mass markets anymore. However, sometimes I will. Just depends on what I feel called to do. I don't know why. I just don't really mark those. I mean, not mark those, but I don't really just put them in the description box like I used to. Especially if I'm using too many. But yeah, everything's in the description box below. And if you like maybe a personalized version of this reading, let me know. And I will let you know what the price is and all of that good stuff. So yeah. Love and light. Subscribe, share. And leave a like. I'll see you guys in the next one.